And up here should have been a factory building with a flag here or something. Then it would have been pretty good. Jesus Christ!
Oh, I should chop. Can't do the chopper.
And like I said, there's two things. Helicopters, they maneuver like cows, and they need to fix that. And the second thing is, there's not enough cover for them. The only thing good, and you'll notice it, and this is why so many people use it, the only thing good is the Z11W and the Little Bird. Because they fly so easily. They don't and the attack choppers are absolute garbage. You'll never use the attack chopper, dude. Like, look at this. As a jet pilot, what land is there? Nothing. I mean, I think I've made my point here. Oh, Joseph join?
Yeah. Join Foxtrot. I'm just getting sniped. There's no point to being a ground trooper on this map. There really isn't.
I agree.
I'm getting shot from across the map.
Like, and again, see, this is the thing I'm talking about. Like, you need like heights with factory buildings and stuff, because let me show you here. You're gonna get wrecked easily by that helicopter. No matter what, you're gonna get wrecked. So you're like, oh, let's use a Stinger and Igla. But then it's not fair to the helicopter. He's gonna get wrecked. You see what I mean? It's somebody's always overpowered, and that's the best way to do it is fucking add a factory building or something. You know what I mean? Like a 3-story building, so there's height, so he can hide behind it, and so that you can hide behind it at the same time, locking onto him. Like, helicopters will take you out so easily, and the fact that this is also like considered at a sea level ground here. This is literally considered like sea level. A boat coming by, attack boat, would wreck you easily. There's no hope for you. There's nothing. And if they add that kind of things into it, like height and actual buildings and whatnot that you could go into, even like a building like that around here, you'll be fine. Have one of those around here, you'll be fine, because you'll be able to use that as cover against that helicopter, and you could hold the objective, and then you could have your squad mates spawn in on you that could have Iglas or Stingers to lock onto him, or even use it as cover from boats like this, because you really got nothing. You just got these little miniature hills to just prone behind, and that's like nothing. That's a waste. I think that's a total waste. Especially like, oh, I just capped this objective. Now I got to swim all the way there if that thing isn't here. That's fucking useless, dude. Like, connect it, build some land in, and have it like bridges or something for boats to go under, or even just like leave it as land and boats have to go around it. You know what I mean? That'll be even fine as it is. Okay, so I recorded that, so hopefully I can get that video out. I'll try to get it out probably sometime this next week so that Dice can see it. Like this, yeah, like you already boarded this map, am I right?
Yeah. I have 5 kills. 14
Like you don't, I mean, look at this map, right? Look at the middle, the dead middle where I'm at. There's only 3 objectives. I would rather be in this area capping these 3 objectives and totally ignoring all the outer skirt objectives. And you'll notice, over time, nobody's really fighting on the outer skirt objectives. It's like once in a blue moon, somebody goes out there, caps it, and then goes away. And then a helicopter or a boat comes in and takes it over, and that's it. It's useless. Like, you've now effectively cut down the map to this very small area, and it's like, why are you making it purely infantry-based when Battlefield's meant to be battles happening with vehicles and players on the ground? And if you make it just infantry-based with tanks, it's not fair, because the tanks will always wreck the troops, right? And how do you balance that? You bring in helicopters. That helicopters can take out those tanks. But here's the problem. Helicopters, first of all, maneuver like crap. And second of all, there's nothing for them to hide behind. So they're easily, absolutely easily taken out. And I'm talking about the attack choppers, okay? Little birds really pose no threat against tanks. So helicopters are now easily taken out. So the other thing is, if you could like incorporate these things into the maps and consider the fact that you need all the vehicles in there, you'll end up balancing the game really well.
I need snipers right now.
And a lot, like I'm watching the stream right now, and a lot of you are like, yeah, Battlefield 4 is boring, I stopped liking it a while ago. And then you consider games like Counter-Strike, okay? Consider a game like Counter-Strike, or even Battlefield 2, for God's sakes. What made that game addicting? What made that game addicting? It's the skill factor. A game where you are rewarded for playing hours on end in the game, okay? This is the last thing I'm going to say, and it's a serious thing, and it's something that DICE has overlooked completely. It's like they totally forgot about it after Battlefield 3. And it's the fact of skill. So what I'm talking about skill is the helicopter. Like, let's just look at the helicopter factor. They focus too much on infantry and levolution. These are cool things, okay? They're cool. Don't get me wrong. Operation Metro is great. That's purely infantry. Operation Walker, great, purely infantry. But maps that involve vehicles, there's no skill factor involved. Take this for example. Attack choppers, they've added so many lock-on weapons that are absolutely useless. Nobody even uses all of them, and it involves no skill whatsoever to use, right? Absolutely no skill. And then on top of that, the helicopters maneuver, the attack choppers, they maneuver like cows. You can't maneuver with it, and there's nothing to hide behind. So consider this. A guy who has like, I'd say 100 hours or something, who just learned how to fly the helicopter, will go high in the air, get his lock-on weapons, and just lock onto you all day against the helicopter. So helicopter versus helicopter dogfight in the air, that attack, the first person to lock on with the heat seeker will always win, because of, like I said, the map has no way for you to hide, and there's no way for you to be able to maneuver. So when it comes down to the skill factor involved is, say I have like 1,000 hours in the game and he only has 100 hours. The guy with the 1,000 hours is going to be able to maneuver and get out of the way, and on top of that, use the environment in the map to hide behind. Battlefield 4 is lacking that. It has none of that. It doesn't have helicopters that can maneuver. It doesn't have maps that allow you to hide behind cover. So now it just comes to a game of, hey, who can lock on first? And that's boring as hell. You can do, like, it starts off fun, like, oh, cool, I locked on. I got a kill with the lock on. Okay, cool. But after a while, that's boring, man. There's no skill involved. Because consider games like Battlefield 2, the helicopter could maneuver like, oh my god, that thing was a little bird. It wasn't even a little bird. The attack chopper was maneuvering like no tomorrow, dude. It was an incredible helicopter to pilot. Like, you could do barrel rolls, backflips, all that stuff, and very agile, okay? And on top of that, the map was really well designed so you could use your cover. So, and that game was already great as it is. It was perfectly balanced. Now you don't have to worry about balancing stingers and inglas and heat seekers and all that crap. You don't even have to worry about balancing your mobile anti-air. You could put in a mobile anti-air to lock down a certain position of the map, but as long as you have good cover for helicopters to fly around and use that cover and be able to outsmart the anti-air by using that cover and then coming in for the attack, that's how you make a good map. That's a skill map. Now you're causing teamwork to happen because the attack pilot can interact with his gunner and they can work to attacking the anti-air, and they can also work together to like hide behind cover and then take out that anti-air or take over objectives. Now you're involving a skill factor, a teamwork factor. All these things come into play when all you had to do was design a good map that allowed cover and have even a little bit of maneuverability. If you look at Bad Company 2, helicopters didn't have that much maneuverability, but they could at least circle strafe, and that was more than enough. And there was enough cover for helicopters to hide behind in Bad Company 2, and that game is great. So if you reconsider the map design and reconsider the maneuverability of helicopters, you're going to nail an amazing map, or an amazing game. Especially just start with the map design. And don't even worry about maps that are already out. Just redesign them, make them even better. People will love it. And people will keep coming back into the game. Like, you release a statement saying, oh, I've redone this map. Everybody's going to start playing to see what you've done to that map and what could be done better. Even have CTE for that map saying, okay, look, we're going to redesign it and we're going to decide on what you guys think. That's how you make the game better.
I'd say for that map at least, incorporate some kind of volcanic something so you get yourself a new island. Like, change up the islands, that could be fun.
I think they just need to connect the islands.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just gonna save all that so I can post it as a video. Because I've been ranting over and over on the stream about this, and I think it's due time to make it.
Do it. All right, join Foxtrot.
Give me 1 sec.
Yep.
Swedish meatball says, dude, my head hurts. Where the hell am I going?
Oh, don't stop the
Guys, I could even say it here. The entire map here is purely sea level, and there's a mountain to the side there that could have easily been utilized, but they didn't even want to try it, and a useless island out there. I guess that's for prop, but why didn't you utilize that mountain? You could have had an objective on the very freaking top of that mountain with buildings on it, and you could have had a great map. Yet you're going to use only the sea level area. Like, I know you're going for a naval strike type of game. I know you're going for that sea level thing, but if you just added those buildings in there, you could even, like, see these pathways here? This is totally fine. But add buildings in here. Add something for people to hide behind. Add some height. People are going to love the map to death like that. You could even have, like, most of the objectives out here and just have 2 objectives by that mountain, and you're going to have a great map as it is.
Oh, Joey, what are you doing? Hey, Doc, you look safe down there. Yeah, you got it.
Oh. Ah! I'm dying!
Yeah.
I think Josie's...
Oh, God.
not expecting that.
Josie, what'd you think of my rant?
I wasn't listening.
You son of a bitch!
Oh, I probably can't be listening.
I don't even use most of the... What are you guys talking about on stream?
They're talking
Lewis
about the
says-
rockets, how there's...
No, Lewis says, what would you think if I made a command to add funny quotes that you say so that they can be repeated afterwards by anyone? That would be cool, dude. I would do that. Lewis, totally do that, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Here's your mate. Pick it up.
I gotta say, I do love you guys in the stream. Especially the mods and the subs. You guys rock. You guys have like the craziest, best ideas. And the most support to the stream.
Here, pick up this ammo. Enemy bird spotted in the AO.
I'm loving these graphics on high def, like Ultra HD.
You guys rubber banding at all?
No, I think it's just you.
Yeah. You downloading something?
God damn it!
I will say, I really. Oh, I got you, Doom. Don't die.
You son of a bitch! You're too slow! What is that? Why? Oh, I gotta go